Welcome to the Virtual Museum and BibleInteract.com. We're going to talk about the Iron Age II period, and one of the favorite kings that I like, and his name is King Hezekiah. He's known as one of the kings of Reformation, where he tries to bring the people together and get them to worship Yahweh in a correct perspective. It's also a time where the Assyrians under Sennacherib is making their advancement into the land of Judah. And some texts say that he actually at one time conquered 46 of the cities of Judah, 46 of them. He finally conquers a city called Lachish, and he makes a push towards now Jerusalem, the city of Hezekiah, and the city that has the temple of Yahweh. Before the king Sennacherib arrives, he sends a messenger, and the messenger is carrying these cuneiform tablets like you see right here. Look how fine that is. Really, 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 really tiny. And the messenger, actually, if it's written in Akkadian cuneiform, meaning wedge shape, he reads the cuneiform tablets to the people that are standing on the wall at the city of Jerusalem, the defenders. And he doesn't read it out loud in a foreign dialect. He actually speaks in Hebrew, so the people understand what the threat is going to be. And he says, if you don't come down off this wall right now, he says, if you don't come down, you'll be eating your own dung and drinking your own urine. Hezekiah tells them, don't say a word. He sends a messenger out to collect these cuneiform tablets, and Hezekiah takes them to the temple of Yahweh. And since he's a king and not a priest, I don't know how far he would proceed into the temple, but he's in that area, we could say, and he reads one of these tablets, or maybe a number of the tablets, in the presence of God. And he doesn't cut any corners. This is what I like about Hezekiah, is he says, hey, this king claims to have conquered 46 cities, and they had their gods in the cities that they worshipped, and they had their little petty kings. But their kings and their gods did not protect their cities. So Sennacherib says, what makes you sure that your God will protect Jerusalem? And Hezekiah says, well, Yahweh, he says, this is what the king said, and everything is true. This is what Sennacherib says, and it's all true. But if it ends here and now, outside of the gates of Jerusalem, the whole world will know that you are God, and that there is a God in Israel. Something else about King Hezekiah that I think is pretty cool through archaeology is that he does everything physically that he can do to defend his city. He just doesn't pray and say, God, will you take care of it? Then go his way. But he does everything that he can do. And one of the things that he did was he actually built this great big long water tunnel that's underneath the old city of Jerusalem, the ancient city of David, 1,700 feet long, from the Gihon spring to the Pool of Siloam. Some scholars suggest that to do this, he actually had to raise fees. And to do that, by raising fees, it means to be able to pay people, to be able to support this endeavor of cutting this underground tunnel. To do so, some scholars suggest that they placed their taxes, and you might say revenues, into special containers that were designed to and sealed by Hezekiah, his messengers, his scribes. This is a little jar handle that was once attached to these vessels. And what you're looking at right here is a little stamp seal. It looks like a winged scarab. Some call it a winged sun disk. On the outside of it is Hebrew saying Lamelech. Lamelech means king. It's a handle that many scholars say that was once attached to the vessels that was used to store the revenues that Hezekiah was using to pay for the construction and the defending of his city and even the water tunnel. And if you ever go to Jerusalem, and you go to the ancient city of David, be sure to tell your guide that you want to go through Hezekiah's tunnel, and you can walk underneath the city.